get this game started. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Upper bracket final of this tournament, guys.
So Feleric is going to go into Invis from the start. Ruxy, just interestingly, he's running a Divine Star rather than Halo. Does get the Hunter out, so he gets 1 dot up onto him. Feleric pushing in though. Looks like he's going to want to get that early CC onto Kulage. And does go for the sheep by the looks of it. Lands it really impressively. So great play by him. Looks like Farad Bangai is going to be the target. Nori just being left alone does get put into a fear now though. Farad Bangai taking a huge amount of damage. Did BM there. And uses rapid fire. Might see a deterrence out of him though. Although Kulage put into another sheep. So great play by the mage just controlling that pattern. Aura Mastery comes out along with the just Aura Mastery comes out. So Farad Bangai is going to be picked up. Nori pushing in extremely far though. Bring a piece though. Roxy is going to be the target. Scatter. Looks like going for Scatter Trap, but Mage does blink and eat that trap, so great play by him. Roxy did actually get put into a Blessing of Protection there, though, going to get more damage out onto Farabanga. Out comes the Shadow Fiend, though, so huge damage onto Farabanga. He's put into a Deep Freeze, does sit in that, so still not really too much coming out onto Kulage, though, able to just free cast right now. Roxy in a huge amount of trouble. Out comes the Fist of Fury, though. Doomed does get, is dropping a little bit, though. Has got his Guardian popped as well, so Roxy should be fine for now. Out comes the Siphon, does put a fear onto Nori, and we do see the Farad Bangai now put into a fear, sacrificed on him as well. He'll go into a ring as well. Shadow Fiend out from from Roxy on Farad Bangai right now. He's put into a Deep Freeze with a Frozen Orb, has to sit in that. Kulage able to just come out and just cast in his face though, so Feleric put into a Paralysis, and Roxy just under a lot of pressure from Nori, who's pretty much been left free for a while now. He's put into a Fist of Justice now. Farad Bangai moving in for a Scatter Trap onto Doomed. There it is, full trap onto him. Feleric unable to eat it. Roxy forced to disperse. Now Nori is peeled off now, and Roxy's away, but hasn't been healed yet. Full sheep onto Kulage though. Life swap from Roxy onto Feleric. Kulage now put into a full fear as well. Does trinket out of that. Looks like Farad Bangai's in a bit of trouble. Does feign death and deterrence. So with Guardian heals, he's going to be fine. Siphoned out. Silence onto Kulage and Fist of Justice though. He bubbles out of that. Looks like he's going to be able to pick up Farad Bangai now. Able to get those casts out. Feleric was put into a paralysis there. Doomed now looks like he's in a web stun, so he's not going to be able to pick any heals up. Nori using Ring of Peace again though. Looks like he's going for a lot of pressure onto Roxy now. Does get put into a fear. Unable to get out of that, just start with. Rolls back over to Roxy. Kulage, not really been in CC for a while though, able to keep his Hunter up. Put into a full sheep now though. Farad Bangai in the deep, needs to trinket that or something. Unable to though. Unable to get out. Does disengage away. Feleric was put into paralysis. Blanket onto Kulage now. He is going to be able to free cast after this. So out comes the Holy Prison. There's the early cast. Duran Plague though. Feleric in a huge amount of trouble though, forced to actually ice block. So great pressure from Nori and Farad Bangai here. Nori put into a fear there, but is now out of that. Looks like Feleric is going to be his target while he's got hypothermia. Unable to get any CC on Doomed though. And touch Karma onto Feleric though. He's taking a lot of damage from that. The dot does actually get dispelled.
And
Nori looks
full
like
trap on Doomed.
Full trap on Doomed. Looks like they're going on to Roxy. Roxy does get away. Bubble out of Doomed there. So this COD really running out of cooldowns now. Nori able to just get another paralysis onto Feleric. He's unable to get out of that. Ring of Peace coming out from Nori now. Farad Bangai going to be the target again. Looks like Feleric wants to push in for CC onto Kulage, who does just BT. Nori doing a huge amount of damage to Roxy though. Not really being punished for it. Put into a fear on the other side of the map. Unable to be dispelled out of that initially. Full trap onto Doom though. If they can get him out of that. Fist of Fury out though. So Kulage now uses Aura Mastery. Dispersion used by Roxy now, while Doomed is still trapped. Nori going to be connecting onto Roxy again though. Farad Bangai really pushed in at the moment. No real CC for Doomed left now. He is able to just he's put into a blind though. Great blind there out of Kulage. Kulage playing extremely offensive. Out comes the MD onto them. Feleric does land the sheep onto Nori, which is dispelled as he gets Hammer of Justice. So great spell there. But Roxy still in a huge amount of trouble. One heal out from Kulage, and his team are going to be top though. So Doomed still in a little bit of trouble trying to keep his Shadow Priest up, trying to stay away from him though, but Feleric really needs to stop these traps coming out. That's 2 traps I think that Doomed's had to set. Fist of Fury was used on Roxy there, did a fair bit of damage to him and stunned him.
And the next scatter?
And there's the full scatter trap, but the Master Spell does come out. Even though Feleric was paralysis, unable to eat that. Shadow Fiend out onto Color Gaze. Huge swap onto Color Gaze here. He has no bubble. Put into a blanket size, trinkets that, gets his shield up. Still unable to jump himself up. Put into a horror. In Shadow by Death Range. Might go down here. Full dozen, and he goes down. Great turnaround from that God Comp there.
Great game.
Seeing a cross kill out of them. Though you never know what might happen. So Farad Bangai and Nori are about half at the moment. Nori going to be going down soon though. Full sheep onto Farad Bangai, which then broke, but Nori is dead.
Yeah, but a real turnaround. It looked Team Arrow is definitely competing for winning this tournament here. Their deep freeze watchers are good. You could see it really depends whether the traps go through. So in the beginning, 2 traps were countered by the mage. Then during that time, the God Comp really played and could put up pressure. And then 2 traps got through, and the weak cleave put out huge amounts of pressure. And in the end, the traps got taken again. So it's kind of the make or break moment at this match. If the traps land or if they don't land, maybe they need to double CC at the moment so that the mage can't just go in.
Well, they did double CC the mage in the end, but the priest was actually able to get the master spell, so they actually need to get a triple CC, stop the mage eating, stop the master spell, but they just weren't, and that really hurt them. I mean, obviously, what surprised, the weak cleave are choosing Dalaran, so it was kind of to be expected from them. Every time they've lost a game, they've always chosen Dalaran, so. Great choice from the God Comp to swap over to Paladin, though, so that's definitely working out well for them. I feel like with the Shaman, without the bop and the bubble there, that priest would have been in a lot more trouble.
Guys on the stream, I can't really talk too much because I'm pretty sick at the moment. I'm just stepping into commentate the tournament, but if I talk too much, it really, my voice isn't good at the moment. So please forgive me that I don't talk too much and just announce the death and some things that you might have missed or something. So, predictions. Dalaran, really good map. Never beaten the weak cleave here. Unbeaten on this map.
Definitely be that map. They're going to have the explosive traps. Are you on the weak cleave team, yeah?
No, I'm with you and Cook.
Okay.
In Team Arrow. So. Yeah, I think so too. This one will probably.
I think the explosive trap's really going to help them here if they're playing with that knockoff glyph, which, there's no reason for them not to be.
But it's still, if Team Arrow manages to get all the traps, they'll probably still take it.
Yeah, I think that's everyone dead. So if we get this game started, so start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so straight away, God Comp can take out the pillar. Mage gets the invis. Colorgate go into his pillar. Might see a Palm Ring of Frost come out there. It's actually just a casted Ring of Frost, so Colorgate able to avoid that. Does get put into a fear by Siphon though, into the ring, so great start from this God Comp. That looks like Nori's going to be that time. They deep Farad Bangai, put a lot of damage into him now. Frozen Orb does come out there from Feleric. Farad Bangai just still pushing in, does use his BM there. Looks like he's going to be wanting to push in onto Doom to get that trap. Out comes the explosive trap, splitting the team up. Feleric looks like he's going to be the target now and in a lot of trouble. Doom moving around the side. No trap to follow up on him though. The Tiger does come out from Nori there. Going to be doing a lot of damage to Feleric now. Doom looks like he might be going for a scatter trap, but does just get scattered. No trap to follow up. Snake trap now does come out. Roxy is now going to be the target for this weak cleave. Roxy dropping a huge amount though, has to actually disperse him right there. Down at 60k before he managed to disperse, so huge pressure out from this weak cleave right now, who haven't even had a trap yet. Feleric now in a lot of trouble though. Farad Bangai still going to be the target. Bop onto Feleric, which looks like it got Purge Trank shot it off, so great play from this Farad Bangai here. Nori put into a fear as Farad Bangai, unable to get the spell on Farad Bangai though. Nori still pushed in, Siphoned out, looks like Roxy is still going to be his target. Not going to push over though and put his Paladin in a bad spot, especially when Farad Bangai is not there. Silencing shot onto Doom there though, it followed in by a scatter, might go for a trap, but that was eaten by Feleric, unable to cover it up. Touch of Karma was used onto Roxy there, while Nori was sacked as well, so a little bit of an overlap, but nothing too serious. Shadow Fiend has been used though by Ruxy, and Farad Bangai's in a little bit of trouble right now. Nothing too serious though. Nori looks like it's going to be the personal choice, but Double Fist of Fury onto Doomed and Ruxy, so going to stun both of those. A little bit of damage onto Ruxy, nothing too serious at the moment though. Now, no team has that much pressure at the moment, but they're definitely going to be looking to set this up. Out comes a Fear onto Nori, he's put into a Ring of Frost. He's in a really bad spot right now. Doesn't have a touch of karma available. Does track Portal out there though, so on the deep freeze, so great Portal by him. Kolage looks like he's just going to be moving back to the pillar. Does get pent to a Nova and a blanket CS. Might see a follow-up on him. Actually going to swap to him. Devouring Play comes out. Does get a shield drop. He's behind the pillar. Put into a half silence. It looks like he's going to be fine for now. Explosive trap again.
No trap again.
Does not work, yeah. And yeah, no trap onto Doomed for now. He's put into a web stun and they're doing a lot of damage to Ruxy. But this freezing trap still just sitting here. Someone might eat that in a little bit, but nothing for now. Ruxy is going to be the main target.
Coming in, I really think that Team Arrow will take it. If they keep eating the traps for Doomed, they will take the match.
Yeah, Nori did get put into a full fear though there, and that was dispelled. They have really high uptime on this Shadow Priest. They're really shutting down a lot of his damage. Ring of Peace out as well there. Siphon was used, so that's not going to be up for a while. Doomed at sort of about half mana now, and Kolage in a similar situation, so quite even on that. Ruxy just still taking all this damage. Out comes a sack onto him, but that is going to go. Nori pushed in right now. Tringus out of deep freeze. He uses a touch of karma onto Ruxy. Ruxy taking a huge amount of damage from his karma. The big dot did actually get dispelled though, so great play by that. Kolage does get fed. So Kolage now going to be the target. Put into a blanket. Shield Wall does come out as this Divine Plague's ticking. Has got the Divine Favor up right now. Ring of Frost coming out from Feleric right now. And Nori still taking a little bit of damage. Paralysis onto Doom though. Full there. Ruxy in a little bit of trouble. Siphon there as well though. Nori put into a sheep. Looks like Feleric's going to be the main target for now, who does Blazing Speed away. Nori not really wanting to push over too much. It's going to be in a bad
really
spot.
Putting the pressure out now. They are dominating now. They Hunter had to use the Silent Shot on the Shadow Priest. I think they're in a good spot. Really good spot.
Full trap onto Doom though. Ruxy unable to get a Master Stun there right now. I see his Silence. Dispersion comes out from him again though. And Doom Bubble. Big overlap on cooldowns there. So I'd like to see that punish them massively for that. Valorant put into Paralysis. Farad Bangai stuck in the Nova outline side though. Does get the Explosive Trap separating the team again. Sheep onto Farad Bangai. Second bop onto Ruxy though. So really running out of cooldowns. Only got Life Swap available for Ruxy at the moment, so he could be in a little bit of trouble. Kolage pushing back to the pillar though. Looks like he's going to be fine for now. Feleric is going to be the target for the time being. Does Blazing Speed away. Looks like he's going to be just trying to get onto Nori for now. And Nori put into a full deep freeze. Frozen Orb onto him. Devouring Plague. Doomed. Unable to be CC'd though. And we do see Feleric targeting Farad Bangai now. Kolage uses his Aura Mastery there. Gets put a sheep on it though. Ring of Peace does come out from from Nori onto Ruxy right now though. Grip's Doomed over, so he's not going to be able to be trapped for the time being. Full fear onto Nori. Nori does get dispelled out of that. Looks like Feleric's going to be his target though. Farad Bangai in a little bit of trouble at the moment though. But he's going to be picked up as the team have to play defensive again. Ruxy's still going to be the main target for this Weed Cleave, and he is going to be having his dispersion back soon, so that really needs to put out a lot more pressure than they are. He's having dispersion back every time they're close to a kill really. Siphon does come out from Nori, not wanting to push him too far. Does get feared down though, so could I get able to get that before they're able to do anything with it. Farad Bangai does land a full trap onto Doom though. Fist of Fury onto Ruxy. This is where they're going for a huge amount of damage. Sheep onto Nori though. Ruxy does manage to just get power. Full Hodge onto Doomed as well now though. Might see a blind come out of that as well. There it is. Was trinketed, Master Spelled by Ruxy. So great MD from him. Nori still looking to just connect on Ruxy, but has been peeled for quite a while now. Unable to get back. Kolage actually forced to bubble as he was swapped to with a Deep and a Silence and a Shadow Fiend as well. So great pressure from them, but Ruxy in a little bit of trouble again. Is able to just get away from Nori. Nori unable to really stay on the target. Great pierce, but full trap coming out from Doom now. Ruxy does get a quick Master Spell on that though. They really need to protect these traps a little bit more. They're kind of their setup, but they're not covering them. Feleric not really doing too much at the moment, going for just more peels onto Nori. Nori put into a fear at the moment, feared into Ruxy. Kolage is going to be put into a bad spot. Nori now looking like he's going to be going on to Feleric, just hitting whoever he can, not wanting to push him too far, put his Paladin in a bad spot. Great choice by this God Comp to play down though, just because it forces the Paladin into line of sight and away from those pillars. Doomed though, put into a web stun, into a full trap, so needs to see an MDA from this. A bit late, but still there. Feleric in a little bit of trouble. Scatter shot onto Doom now, forces the ice block. cancelled pretty much straight away. Collar getting a huge amount of trouble though. Looks like he's stuck in that fear. Gets his shield up. Going to be out of line of sight before the team can finish. Guardian Heel's going to pick him up as well now. Cancelled that block to try and get that kill and just unable to finish it really. Nori though pushed him right now, straight on top of Ruxy. Kulage coming across. Touch of Karma does come out from him onto Ruxy. Ruxy having the big dot on him right now, not actually being dispelled. Sacrifice onto him. Still no dispel on that dot, so it's going to take long now. Huge damage onto Farah Bang right now though. Down into 80k deep freeze and Deterrence just comes out, but he is going to go down. Again, another great game from this God Comp. They almost killed the Paladin at one point and then were able to just set up on that Hunter. I feel like that Hunter should always kind of have a BM or a Trinket to get out of those serious deep freezes, but he just never seems to whenever it counts, and he was able to get that Deterrence out at the last second, but that's going to be it. That is 2-0 to the God Comp now.
And on the map choice, on their best map, they got beaten, so pretty hard to get a comeback now.
Yeah, not really too sure what they're going to do now. Maybe they just think they need to cover their traps a lot more, really, because even when they did land them, a lot of the time Ruxy was able to just dispel them.
It's pretty hard to land these traps against this team, but still, it's a make or break point.
They have to do it, though.
You could really see if they landed the traps, they could put a lot more CC on the Paladin. If they didn't land it, they needed something like the Silent Shot on the Shadow Priest simply to take out the pressure. So it's the huge momentum point of the match. And yeah, I think the positioning was also really good. A good decision. What he said is going down, drawing the Paladin out, and then forcing cooldowns, huge cooldowns, forcing them to panic. And once they get no cooldowns left, they can do a kill like this. But to be fair, he had Deterrence and he didn't use it at the moment.
He did Deterrence, it was just a little bit too late. When he used it as soon as he came out the stun, but he died anyway.
So, yeah, it's actually true. We all placed our bets on a weak cleave, and now they are losing.
Yeah, I didn't really expect the God Comp to be able to deny everything they did, really. Might see a 3-0 for this. 2 hours going to get everyone killed. And then we'll get this game started. Okay, so that is going to be everyone, so you're going to get this countdown started. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So the God Comp are going to do the same again, get the early invis, going to have that back pillar for them. Interesting, the Cleave team doing the same thing, not really pushing out. Tried to flare out the mage, but unable to. Divine Star does come out as the Hunter does start trank shotting the priest a little bit. Just try and clean up some of those buffs. Valeric looks like he might be going for that early sheet though, but invis out now, so he's unable to do that. Valeric looks like he might be the main target now, although Nori pushing up to the middle pillar. Nothing too much happening at the moment though. He's just going to get his orbs down. Looks like Valeric is going to be his target for the time being though. Does connect onto Valeric now, but looks like he's pulling straight back out, so not really too sure what this Wee Cleave's game plan is for the time being. Even if they tried to draw this, they'd be 3-1 down. Full paralysis onto Ruxy though. Valeric definitely going to be their target this game then. Nori stuck in the Nova though. Still going to be pushing in onto Valeric. No CC on Doom just yet. Orb does come out from them. Might see a deep freeze onto Ferret Bangai soon. But there is a sack, silencing shot onto Doom. Valeric taking a huge amount of damage right now though. Still no follow up onto Doom. He's now put into a web stun. Valeric kind of away though. Looks like he's in danger. Full trap, but that does get mass dispelled by Ruxy, and he is put into a hodge off that, into a scatter. So Valeric might end up ice blocking here. Ring of Peace does come out, but looks like Doom's going to be able to keep his mage up, keep the ice block now. Aura Master used by Doomed as well there, so it looks like he's going to be fine for the time being. Now, Roxy looks like he's just going to be put into a paralysis, trying to get that pressure. Nori still just going to be connecting to Feleric. Kulage not having really too much happen to him at the moment. Feleric just down to half again. Does blink away. Nori just pushing in really far though. Could be punished for this. Feleric down to 200k. They're put into a full stun with no blink. Might have to block here, and there it is. Full block from him. As Roxy was put into a paralysis and a hodge, and Doom's unable to keep him up. Out come the wings from Doom though. Cold Snap was used by Feleric there. Out comes Frozen Orb, his unused trinket. Kulage going to be the target, but he does bubble. Looks like that's going to be sitting as well. Feleric just pulling back now though. Looks like Nori is going to be the target for the time being. Just try and keep the pressure high. Out comes the Ring of Peace. Feleric still in a lot of trouble. Out comes the Hand of Sacrifice, but that is Trank shotted off, so great play by Farad Bangai. Might see Doom to get put in something. There's the web stun onto him, followed up with a trap, so full trap onto Doom, but he does trinket out of that and bop, so big cooldowns for him. Doom put into a scatter shot though. Roxy put into a paralysis. Silencing shot onto Doom now. Might see a life swap come out. There it was, but Feleric still in a lot of trouble anyway. Fist of Fury unable to be blinked by Feleric. Feleric still in a lot of trouble, just trying to peel Nori off him. This God come unable to set anything up when the Hunter team are on Feleric, since he seems to be the person who made the big plays. Silencing shot onto Doomed right now. Nori put into a fear. Does trinket out of that though into another fear. Roxy in a paralysis. Looks like Farad Bangai is just going to move in, going to get onto Feleric. Nori rolling back to him. Full trap onto Doomed for the time being though. No Master Spell on that. Yeah, it does bubble out of that, and he gets Master Spell. Overlap on quarters and an ice block. So looking a lot better from the weekly this time. They're getting all the God comps cooldowns and not really using too many for it. Both Paladins, of course, are out of bubble now, so if they can pull Kulage in, there's the deep onto him, the Devouring Plague. Might see a Silence fire up. There's the Blanket CS. Frozen Orb, Silence overlapped as well, though. He is going to be fine. Going to get away.
Oh, this overlap was bad.
Yeah, that overlap could have cost them the game, really. Farad Bangai in a little bit of trouble now. Feleric unable to follow up anything. Looks like Nori's going to be the target for the time being. Does use a Touch of Karma onto Doomed. Doomed not really going to have too much happen to him for that, though. They do decide to then swap off Nori, so no real big damage coming out from that Touch of Karma. Now, Kulage is back at the pillar, not really letting the team push in. Doom, though, really starting to struggle on mana. Feleric dropping a little bit. Doom down to sort of 50k mana. Kulage at 230, so huge difference in that here. Play coming out from Doom, no real damage out from this weekly team for the time being. Ring of Frost just keeping them at bay. Feleric blinking in though. Out comes the Deep Freeze onto Kulage. Devouring Plague as well. Blanket Science overlap on the Sciences again. And Shadow Fiend was used as well there, but no follow-up damage. Feleric in a huge amount of trouble. Out comes the second bop onto him though. Just Trank shotted off. Nori and Farad Bangai both sitting a little bit around half now. Nori really pushed in. Would love to see a swap to him for now. He has no karma available to him. Kulage's had to push in quite a lot to try and keep him up, but it looks like his team are going to be fine for now. Now, Doomed was in a full stun while Roxy was paralysis then. Feleric still taking a lot of damage. Doomed doing a lot better on mana than he was, but Trap looks like it's going to come out. Not actually land on anyone there. Kulage pushed in quite far. Need to get swaps to him, but they need to be in a healthier position to do it really, since they can't really do too much. Looks like they might be going for it here though. Out comes the Deep Freeze, the Frozen Orb. The stun on Feleric on that though, while Roxy was paralysis, into a horror though, into a silence now. So they're doing a great job shutting these swaps down from this God comp. Feleric still in a lot of trouble. Doomed, you've got his wings up now. Still running though, down to 30k mana at the moment. So gonna need to see him either get a drink or just have him get a kill soon. Trap does come out though onto Feleric. Kind of a wasted trap to be honest. Paralysis onto Roxy. Kulage able to play back though. Nori still wanting to connect to Feleric. Siphene was used there. Is killed by Farad Bangai before it actually lands a fear on anyone. Nori going to pull out a little bit. While that Ring of Frost down, Nori really just letting the team kind of get back to it. Hymn of Hope did come out there from Roxy. They need to get this cover the paladin. Feleric blinks in. There's the Deep Freeze. There's the Round Play. If we can see them not overlap sides this time, it's going to go well. Neither of them sides instead though. There's the Blank Against, but a little bit too late though. Able to get his shield wall off. If they can just keep doing that, eventually they'll surely kill him. But Feleric in a huge amount of trouble. Does have to use his second ice block there of the game. Power Shot does come out, but it's cancelled by Farad Bangai as they're unable to get the block off. Doomed, still not looking too healthy on mana compared to Kulage, but catching up. Double Fist of Fury onto Roxy and Feleric there from Nori. It's a great play by him. Feleric just trying to avoid this damage at the moment. Looks like the Paladin is going to be the only target they're really trying to kill. They do need to have the pressure on the Hunter and the Monk as well, though. Roxy put into a paralysis at the moment. Doom sitting at 6k mana, not having to heal too much. Just Nori kind of doing the damage at the moment. Need to put a little bit of pressure onto him and punish him for pushing in this far, but not really happening. Farad Bangai looks like he's going to be the target for now. Feleric ate a trap. Fist of Fury out into Feleric, though he does blink away from that into the wall. Stampede out from the Hunter right now, though. Feleric looks like this is going to be their Paladin swap. Out comes the Deep Freeze. There's the Devouring Plague, the Full Darts. Going to see a Silence following this up, probably. No Silence to follow up there. Into a Horror. Might see a Silence off that. Blanket Counterspell. Down to 60k. In a lot of trouble right now. He's going to get away, though. Feleric still not out of the woods himself. He's in a lot of trouble now. Down to 10%. It looks like he's going to be fine for now. Doomed able to pick him up. Roxy healing a little bit as well. Siphon does come out from him. Just trampled. Full trap onto Doom, though, with his Guardian now. If we can see a Master Spell on that, looks like it's Miro. It does Trinket out of that, I think. Into a Hammer of Justice. Now we do see the Shadow Fiend out from Roxy at the moment, and looks like Kolake still needs to be their main targets, since that's who he's focusing on getting dots on, but they need to have the pressure on Farad Bangai and onto Nauri as well, but Feleric not really got too many cooldowns left, so need to be careful with him. Roxy in a paralysis. Doomed, no CC on him at the moment. Entirely though, down to 10k mana for now. Feleric's pet's actually dead as well now, so he needs to get a new water element out. Nori put into a fear, had a blanket CS on him as well. Looks like he might be the target for the time being. Feleric just trying to kite a little bit. Aura Mastery does come out from Doomed. Konake looks like he's the target for the time being. Siphon does come out for him, but he's put into a Silence. They need to get the Deep Freeze on him. There's the Devouring Plague though. All this damage coming from the Shadow Priest. Feleric hasn't connected to the Paladin yet. And Konake is going to be away. Feleric brinks in, might be able to get a Nova Deep, but unable to before Kulage's away, and he's going to be fine.
Now it's the Deep.
Down to still 20k. Nori under a little bit of damage. Deep did come into Kulage there, but nothing too much from it. Feleric put into another bop there, though, so he's going to be fine for the time being. Nori does use a touch of Karma onto Roxy, though. Roxy going to be taking a bit of damage from that dot. Nothing too serious by the looks of it, though. Kulage in the middle of the map needs to really get some pressure out, more pressure out from this God Comp. That being on Feleric seems to be shutting them down extremely well, so Feleric does have to Blazing Speed away, extremely low, Doomed entirely down to 4k mana, in a Scatter Shot, might see a trap follow up, just a Silence to follow, block coming out from Feleric, that's his third block. I don't think he'll have any more available for a little while now. They are going to put the damage into Doomed, who is put into a stun, looks like he's going to be the main target for now, down to about half, actually bubbles as well, so much more pressure from this team this time around. Kolage still looks like he's going to be the target for the God Compass. He's got full darts, but he's going to keep away. They need to put a lot more pressure into Farad Bangai, I think, though, since without him under pressure, Kolage's got quite an easy job. Doom does get Master Spelled out of that trap, though, so great job by Roxy. Feleric still looking to be the main target. Out comes Ring of Peace from the Monk. Does get feared away, but is dispelled. Aura Mastery from Kolage. Full dots onto Kolage at the moment. Looks like Roxy might be wanting to set up on him, get 3 orbs. Farad Bangai taking quite a bit of damage now as he pushes in. Devouring Plague onto him. Might see a Silence onto Kolage, but Feleric in a huge amount of trouble as there was a Silence shot onto Doom. Looks like he's going to be okay. Farad Bangai forced to deterrence though at 10%, as I think there was a Silence onto Kolage. He's used his wings. Siphoned out from Roxy right now. Roxy, Siphon being killed. Nori put into a Fist of Justice there as well. Doomed in a full trap right now. Roxy put into a paralysis, unable to get it for him. Does Trinket. Feleric in a bit of trouble. Silencing shot onto Doomed. Feleric sitting about half right now. Farad Bangai's feared though. Looks like he might be a great target for them right now. Full dots come out onto him. He's going to be disengaging away. No CC on Kolage. Has used his Guardian. He's going to be fine for now.
He bubbled actually.
He did bubble. So Feleric down to about half right now. Nori still putting a lot of pressure on him, not letting him do what he wants. No bubble on Kolage now though. Full Deep Freeze onto him with the Shadow Feed. Did get the shield pull up for that. No, sorry, just the freedom. Does get a Silence. Down to 30k. Is going to go down as a second Silence comes in. And great play from that God Comp to just get those swaps, get that damage out, get the pressure to force that Paladin's cooldowns.
Farad Bang really tried this match to do better cross control on the Shadow Priest, so he used the scatter on the Shadow Priest, used the silent shot on the Shadow Priest just to cover these traps, but they still got eaten, and so. But a lot better played by the Wheatleaf this time. I think in the finals the matches will be closer if the Wheatleaf can come back, and their chances are not bad.